I go to the toilet more than a dozen times every day, but I never wipe my butt. I will knead the tissue into little balls, wet them with toilet water, squeeze out the excess water, then squeeze on a bit of toothpaste, let it harden into shape, wrap it with another sheet of paper, and press it tight. That's how I made the key to my cell. When the guard unlocked my handcuffs, I seized the chance to quietly slip the paper ball into the keyhole. This way, even if they locked me back in, I could push open the small window from the inside and reach for the electronic lock outside. As for how to get the code for that electronic lock, I had already thought of a way. I stepped on a milk carton, flattened it out, and inside there was a thin layer of wax film. I carefully peeled it off, and when the guard wasn't looking, I stuck it on the buttons of the code lock. When they entered the code, their fingers would leave clear imprints on the wax film. Afterwards, I would peel the film off, analyze it against the fingerprints, and after more than 20 attempts, I finally opened the door. But that was only the first step of the escape. The hardest part was climbing over that towering wall. From the first day I entered prison, I began to watch closely. I discovered that this prison, which seemed impenetrable, had one weak point, the fire station next to the solitary confinement room. So I deliberately picked a fight with another inmate just to earn myself a trip to the hole. The next step was learning the routine. I found that after inmates returned from yard time, guards would have 7 minutes of rest. During those 7 minutes, no one was on duty in the monitoring room. So I opened the cell door, first tampered with the surveillance footage, then crawled through the ventilation duct to the fire station and quickly put on a unused set of firefighting gear. The final step was coordination with the outside. At the agreed time, my accomplice detonated a car at the prison gate. The alarm sent the entire prison into chaos. No one noticed. I was curled up under the fire truck. When the truck drove out of the prison, I slipped into the getaway car. The car drove for a few minutes, then turned back toward the prison. I went straight to the warden and told him everything. I wasn't a criminal. I was a breakout expert specializing in testing prison security systems. This was already the 20th prison I had broken out of, and I'd even written a book about it. What I didn't expect was that just after the book was released, people from the CIA came to me and asked me to test a mysterious private prison that held only the most dangerous criminals. Just from the introduction, I knew how dangerous it was. But for that $5 million reward, I agreed. What I didn't expect was that this time I would truly lose my freedom. On the day of departure, I had memorized my fake identity, the contact person, and the extraction code by heart. My partner had even implanted a tracker in mine. But just as I walked out the door, someone attacked me from behind. Before I could react, I was shoved into a car. They used a metal detector to find the tracker and then removed it. When I woke up, I was stunned by what I saw. Suspended glass cells that left prisoners with no privacy at all. Heavily armed guards wearing masks, making it impossible to see any facial expression, and surveillance cameras, watching every inch of space with 360-degree coverage. In a place like this, even I couldn't spot a weakness. My first thought was to quit, so I went to the warden and gave the extraction code. I thought they would release me immediately, but instead, the warden just sneered and ordered his men to keep me under strict watch. It was at that moment I realized I had been played.